the end of the day, if there's good storytelling, good acting, logic involved, and it's entertaining, that's all that matters. Fake not. Is it entertaining? It was.
Right, and that's why it was 5 stars, because you don't see a lot of this anymore.
Yeah,
no,
it just sticks out like a sore. And it was like, and it's like perfectly illustrated storytelling. Like,
and you know what I loved about it? That they perfectly set it up in SmackDown, and then they made you watch, and it paid off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they'll talk you into a match, and then when you get to the match, it's like, all right, the match ain't that good.
And plus, too, here's what I want to know. Okay, Roman he's a heel, right?
Right.
Yep.
I want to know what's going to happen when he gets back in front of a crowd again, because he got booed as a baby face for years. Okay, like he was like the top heel on the show, like even though he's booked as baby face. I wonder if the fans are going to cheer or boo him, because the fans are weird. They should still boo him, because that was because they'll boo him because now they're invested in the character, because he's doing such good. Like, your suspension of disbelief is in this guy's a.
That's what I was going to say. Finally.
He did that
suspension of disbelief.
Especially if he's going to come out and really hit them hard with his first promo in front of the fans.
And you
guys, basically.
And here's another thing, because we've seen it a lot of times, the way people are booked and fans' reaction to their characters. People sometimes lose their self-confidence. So if you remember, a lot of times when Roman was a babyface, he couldn't cut really good promos because he was probably rattled by either people booing him or reading all the that people were saying about him. Now that he feels comfortable being a heel, bro, he's going out there and he's killing it in every aspect.
Feels like he's being himself.
Right? Yeah, this is really the first time I've liked Roman Reigns.
Yeah, really like him.
Plus, I like the storyline they've been saying, which probably might have been true, that he was competitive with Jay when they were cousins. They were always competitive. Every Roman was a bigger kid, and they always looked down to him. And now, comes into wrestling. So I think just the thread of
I thought that was super realistic. Like, I know with my cousins, we used to do the same thing. We'd fight and throw each other and do whatever. And when he threw Jay out of the ring, it's like, well, I'm the bigger cousin. I'm going to throw you around. It was just like when we were kids, like that's what we did. So I like that a lot.
So Robert, what do you think of this?
How long has Roman been doing? Because I hated that chest plate that he had. How long has he been doing the no chest plate?
Just tonight.
First of all, Billy Body reported this, that his people marketing told that they had taken a bunch of pictures of Roman for marketing without a shirt on. So I don't think anybody really knew that this was coming, but he's going to be. This is his new look. He was.
Do you think along with the teeth gimmick that he did, you think he got a little lipo or something, or you think that's all natural?
Oh, he's been home. Bro, with
he tightened up. Yeah,
bro, with the pandemic, all anybody's been doing at home has just been training.
Or eating,
diet.
Yeah, train, diet. Just he's not on the road.
I've been drinking.
He's at home.
I've been drinking.
Yeah. But
bro, let me tell you one last thing. I said this a long time ago, if you remember. They need to put. I know not right now, but they need to put those three together. And
that's right.
That'd be great.
How are they going to make that happen? Because
I think those three, and they can be either heels or they can be faces. They're going to get over either way. Whatever
you could have,
whatever the company needs.
Do you think
I feel like you
Jimmy?
could have Rikishi come out and make them side with Roman and say he's the tribal leader?
I think they'll do it, and it'll come across like he beat sense into them, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You think they'll throw Jimmy at him next?
If he starts beating up family members, it's going to lead to this supposed Roman versus The Rock.
That'd be awesome.
So,
right, that's a good thought.
No.
I mean, it'd be great, but I don't know how they do that.
I saw
Especially with no fan. You have to do it.
How do they get the Usos to join him after because he beat both of them, and they sort of kind of.
Bro, there's a million ways you can do it. Something's happening to Roman. He's getting beat up by other people, and they just happen to separate him. And there's a lot of things you could do. That's the easy part.
Right.
To me, the bigger thing is because I read on Twitter where The Rock said something like, "Yeah, it'd be an honor to wrestle Roman one day, in WrestleMania." So you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually are family.
Yeah.
Over in Saudi.
Big shit right now.
Robert, you're into the AEW styles and everything because that got you back in wrestling. What did you think? What did you think of this?
I thought it was good. The thing is, before the bell rang, I already knew who was going to win. I mean,
Right.
there's no
Sure,
way that they're
right.
going to put Uso as
Yep.
the world champion. It was almost like a Kofi Kingston type thing. The fans demanded that for months and months and months. Push Kofi, and then he got the belt. Nobody's doing that with Jey Uso. You know what I mean? So I already knew what the end result was going to be. But I thought it was good. It was physical. I think because they are related, they could be a little bit more physical, and there would be no heat in the back or whatever. But I thought it was good. I mean, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10 if I had to rate it on a 1 to 10.
Yeah, you make a good point too, because bro, these guys, you know, they used to probably wrestle with each other growing up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Very physical with each other. You know, so I could see. Yeah, they probably
who knows here's another thing, Di, and you know this as well as I do. If you have some sort of little nagging injury, and you might tell the other guy, "Hey, watch, this type of bump or that type of bump." So you never know if that was it.
I got 2 things I wanted to say on that. When Roman walked out with his new look, right away I was like, "That's a star!" Like immediately, I'm like, "That guy is a somebody." You just know it,
right?
But from what Robert was saying, like we knew Lashley was going to win before the match started. But I didn't care because I didn't care about those characters because, like you said, it's been done so much. But I knew Roman was going to win, but I wanted to see how they would get there and how they would tell the story of his family, and that's what made that match to me great.
Right. And you knew, I was just hoping his brother would show up, and he did, and that made it more believable.
Right. Okay, so let's get into this
storytelling. That's great storytelling.
Yeah.
Yep. What you guys think of the show? I thought there's another WWE pay-per-view. These guys some good momentum coming out of it because they've been doing their pay-per-views have been pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised. I actually did like this pay-per-view quite a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like they've really picked up steam in the last 2 months since Sammy's came back. Roman, you got Braun out of the mix now because Braun got old. I like him on Raw Underground. It's just there's little things going on for everybody now. I find.
Have you heard our theory why Braun's in on Raw Underground? Did you hear? Well,
I don't know.
So we talked about this, right? So Braun has been having some I don't know if you guys seen this. I don't want to call him missteps on social media, but he's been really out of character on social media. Like, he's been like dressed up as an elf. He had one recently. He was in a thong. It's just like
I'm glad I don't.
We're like, what? Serious. So Brody he's getting.
And you know what I said to that? Here's what I said to that. Could you imagine Kevin Cross dressed as an elf or in a thong?
No way.
Man.
No.
He's not going to break from character.
Right.
So it's on his Twitter. I guess I don't follow him on Twitter.
Instagram, maybe.
No, it's Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
And he was in the thong and stuff, and I was just so recently Vince McMahon has had that thing. He's tired of his wrestlers on these third-party platforms like Twitch and stuff. And he says they got 30 days, right? And we had a pretty good discussion about this, but we're just wondering if so Braun. He's been doing the corny stuff with the Fiend and stuff and everything, whatever. And, he's doing this shit on social media that they think, okay, right, we need to repair him because Braun is like our giant. If you know Braun, if you watch his Instagram, I met the guy. He comes into Vegas for the SHOT Show every year. He's a huge Second Amendment guy. He's a huge, he's got a YouTube channel where he's shooting guns all the time. He's hunting. He's got rifles. Bro, he's like Steve Austin.
Right.
And he's also a legit strongman, right?
A legit strongman. He's a giant. He's big. And could you imagine, Vince is probably look at this guy in a thong on Instagram going, could you imagine Vince, Steve Austin, doing this? And I think that they put him back in Raw Underground. It's okay, we got to repair this and let everybody realize, okay, this guy's a legit tough guy. And it's one of our biggest stars we got. We have to fix this, quick. And they did that, but it kind of worked.
Well, let me add to that I also counter with this little ditty. You also got to remember that WWE is an accomplice in this because Braun was tipping over milk trucks and all this other bullshit. And then next thing you know, he was doing duets like he was singing karaoke with Elias. Right. And the next thing you knew, he was best buddies with Alexa Bliss. And that show where they're in a car that's on the WWE network?
Ride Along.
He's in Ride Along, singing along the songs like if he was what's that British guy that always sings along in the car from on NBC? James Corden or what's his name? Have you ever seen that show that he had? James Corden, where he sings? Okay, well, he's got this segment on his show where he brings an artist in, and it's like a big artist, like Paul McCartney, Boy George, like that, and they'll put on the radio and they'll sing songs together, you know. So they had him in the it's actually funny. So they actually had have him in the song, like in the car singing along and you know, like songs you wouldn't think he'd be singing anyways, you know. So they kind of softened up a little bit, and I guess he probably thought, fuck it, if you know anything's fair game, I'll just dress up as an elf. You know, it's like, come on, dude, you shoot guns and you're a power lifter and you're you know, like your character, take care of your character. That's what's making you money.
That's look at Lesnar, right? Like you